What's trending now? What's trending is the NCAA March Madness tournament for 2013, and in this video we're going to break down the Midwest region to help you fill out your bracket sheets. We're going to take a look at who do we think will emerge from the Final Four, as well as to give you some tips about some games you may be overlooking in the early rounds. Now the first thing we want to look at is the fact that this bracket is tough. It's got Louisville in it as a 1 seed, Duke as the 2 seed, Michigan State as the 3 seed, and a lot of people are wondering why St. Louis is the 4 seed. We'll tell you in a moment. But first and foremost, we want to take a look and see, well, who has the experience from 2012? Did anybody make some noise in the tournament last year? Remember, Louisville was a 4 seed and made it to the Final Four last year in 2012, losing to the eventual champion Kentucky. So, Rick Pitino's bunch has some experience on their side. Don't overlook the fact that Michigan State made it to the Sweet 16 last year, and so did Cincinnati. So there is some experience there as well, too. But who do we think is going to emerge? Let's start in the top half of the bracket and then work our way south. We think things are setting up that Louisville should emerge with the experience they have, with Coach Pitino, with their depth, with their athleticism, with their scoring. They should emerge easily into the Elite Eight. But there's no guarantees on that. If you're looking for an 8-9 matchup that could cause some problems for Louisville, both Colorado State and Missouri have individual slight competitive advantages in one key area or two over Louisville. So if whoever wins this matchup could cause some problems for Louisville, we're not going to spend a lot of time on it because we just think Louisville should emerge from that without too much of an issue. But you could do some research and look at that particular game as a potential problem for Louisville. Note that Oregon is a 12 seed. They were the Pac-12 champion. A lot of people like to look at these 5-12 matchups right there. There could be a potential upset in Oregon overcoming Oklahoma State to emerge into the round of 32. Again, they do have some experience on their side. People look at St. Louis and wonder why the Billikens are a 4 seed. Well, the reason why is because Dwayne Evans. He is a scoring machine. He single-handedly recently beat Butler in their conference play. So this is why St. Louis is a 4 seed. We think it's a lot of respect for them. Should they be a 4 seed? There's some questions there, but they should emerge. The thing is, whoever wins this game probably is not going to be strong enough in a matchup versus Louisville. So again, that's why we think Louisville should emerge from the top half of the bracket into the Elite Eight. But it's really the bottom half of the bracket that's much more exciting. Let's look at the 6-11 matchup. Now, you might overlook this because you see this is a play-in game right here, so you're going to pencil in Memphis automatically. But keep in mind, even though Memphis has 30 wins, that's hard to overlook 30 wins. Some people say they haven't had a quality win in 2 years. Most of that damage comes in Conference USA, not against elite competition. So there's no guarantee Memphis even gets out of the first weekend. Both Middle Tennessee State and St. Mary's have a lot of potential on their side, particularly St. Mary's from the play-in game. This is the number 11 play-in game up at the top right here. St. Mary's has a great offense. They're the number 2 team in their conference behind Gonzaga. And if we look down here, Gonzaga is the number 1 seed in the West. St. Mary's could easily win this game over Memphis. It's a trendy pick, I understand, but it's that way for a reason. So there's no guarantee Memphis emerges from here. Regardless of who wins this particular game, we don't see either of them getting by Michigan State. Yes, Valparaiso years and years ago had a key upset, with Bryce Drew and the incredible play that they made. But are they really going to beat Michigan State and Tom Izzo's team? They went to the Sweet 16 last year. We see Michigan State easily emerging into the round of Sweet 16. Creighton has a lot of great shooters. Cincinnati went to the Sweet 16 last year. Whoever wins this game is most likely going to face Duke. Duke's been up and down all year, but we think they should get back to form now that they're back into the tournament. They've got some key players back. So what we're hoping to see would be an exciting matchup between Michigan State and Duke right here. Now, historically, this matchup has not gone Duke's way. Michigan State and Tom Izzo's toughness in his group has historically been able to overcome Duke's more of a finesse game. We see that happening again, but regardless of who emerges from this matchup, whether it be Michigan State or Duke, look for them to take on Louisville. We think this is where Louisville will stumble. We see the winner of this game emerging into this Final Four. I'm going to call Michigan State here. Sentimental famous shout out to my friend Todd who went to Michigan State, but you could easily see any one of these teams emerging into the Final Four, but we think this is where Louisville will run into some problems, and we see Michigan State emerging from the Final Four. That's just one scenario. That's our scenario. We'd love to know what your thoughts are. Please share them with us in the comment section. And that's what's trending now, the Midwest region.